A very good morning, Dr. Haslina. My name is Ong Shin Sen, and my group members are Eng Pei Pei, Gan Lian Jie, and Li Weiyan. Today, we are going to present about the final project of software testing, which is online library system. I'll start with the introduction first. Online library system is a project developed to keep track of reading materials available in the library. The project contains an admin and a user side. The admin side manages all the management like adding and managing categories, authors, books, issued books, and so on. The admin has an important role in the management of this library system. For the user section, the users can log in as a student or a teacher. If they already had an account, or otherwise he or she has to fill up the sign up form to register as a student or even a teacher. The student can edit their own profile and can go through details of issued books and their returning status. This project makes a convenient way for students and the library to keep the records of books, borrowing and returning of books.
So I will explain the main functionality and risk of the system. So the main functionality of the system is the system have consists two parts, which is the admin section and the user section. The user section actually consists of the student and teacher. So for the admin side, they will manage all the management like adding and managing categories, authors, books and issue books. For the user, they will edit their own profile and go through the details of issue book and their returning status. So this is a very convenient way for students and librarians to keep record of books, borrowing and returning of books. But for the rest of the system, the user need to wait for the approve of admin sites of their status to log in into system after they have done their registration. Also, the user can request the book as much as possible, so that might take time of the admin to manage.
Next, I will continue explaining about the test plan. This document sets as a testing framework for the online library system, and the test items are backend online library system admin platform, along with the front-end user website. It will be tested in Chrome 83.0 on Windows, and the features to be tested are both admin side and the user side. For the admin side, it will be the login, manage profile, manage book, issue book to user part. And as for the user side, it will be tested on the registration, login, manage profile, view issue book, search book and request book part. As for the approach for testing this project, it will be conducted by using Selenium. And for the item pass or fail criteria, if the actual result matches the expected result, it will mark as a pass. And if the actual result executed does not match with the expected result, it will be marked as a failure. Suspension criteria and resumption requirements is that the testing will stop if the application becomes unavailable. And as for the test deliverables, it will be the test plan, test case design, system design result, and the final report. For the testing task, it will be to access the website and run the predefined test cases to verify that the software runs perfectly. And as for the environmental need, the project needs a hardware that has Intel Core, and for the software, it will require Google Chrome. And as for the testing tools, it will require a laptop, SAM, and also Selenium IDE. The responsibilities of our team is to design and develop a test case, conduct functional testing, and also conduct HTML validation tests. This will be the schedule of the whole project. Next will be the test case design part. I'll be explaining about the first test case, which is admin login. For admin login, it requires two test cases, which are username and password. For username, it only accepts a combination of characters and numeric numbers. So, for example, the admin123. And for password, it only accepts a combination of characters, numeric numbers, and symbols, such as admin@123.
For the admin manage profile segment, name section we only accept alphabet character only. Phone number accept numeric, address accept combination of character and numeric accept symbol. Now we head to registration part. For the name, we need only alphabet. For the username and password like previous one. For the lecturer, we only accept capital letter. For email was a combination of character, numeric and symbol. Only numeric accept for phone number. Character and symbol are not valid. Combination of character numeric number are valid for ID number. For the login segment, it's same like admin login segment, except a combination of character and numeric number for username and symbol for password. For the managed profile segment, name only accept alphabet character only. For lecturer, phone number and address is just like previous one. Next is view issue book segment. For the issue book name, combination of character and numeric number are valid, while symbols and numeric number only are not valid. For the book name in search book segment are same as issue book name. For the request book segment, request book name are as same as issue book name. But for the request book URL, we accept a combination of character and numeric number and symbol where combination of each of these are not valid. For manage book segment, first is book name. Combination of character, numeric number and symbol are valid. For author name and publication name, only combination of character is valid and numeric and symbol are not valid. For the package that, only numeric number and symbol are valid. Alphabet character are not valid. For the price, quantity, and availability, three of them only accept numeric number. Alphabet, character, and symbol are not valid. Last is issue book to user segment. Both start date and end date are accept numeric number and symbol only. Alphabet, character are not valid.
Okay, so now I will continue to present about the test case design IEE template. So they have 22 test cases. So the first test case is LMS 001-002, which is admin login functionality test with username and password. So from the result, the user need to navigate to the web page and enter the valid username, enter the valid password, and click login button. And the result is as expected and show it pass. So next, the test ID is LMS 003 until 005, which is admin managed profile functionality test with name, phone number, address. So first of all, the user need to navigate to the web page, enter the valid username, enter valid password, click login, click profile, enter valid name, enter valid number, enter valid address, and click save. So the expected result is the website is open and the notification show message login successful, and then it will directly go to the library dashboard and library to the admin profile, and then the actual result is shown as expected. So which means all is passed. Next, uh, next is the teacher register test the teacher registration. They have 8 test case. So first, the user will navigate to the web page and enter valid teacher, valid username, valid password, valid lecture, valid email, valid phone number, valid ID number, and valid address. Then click register button. So the expected result is the website should open and then the space can be entered and display register success. So the actual result is as expected. However, the register button show the message the system have sent the verification link to your email. So the result is pass. Next, the test case is about the teacher login test the teacher login with the username and password. So the user will navigate to the web page, enter the valid teacher, valid password, and then click the login button. And then the expected result is the website should open and the notification should show the successfully login. And then after click the login button, it will navigate to the library dashboard. The actual result is as the expected. So the test case is passed. Next is teacher update profile. So the user should navigate to the user panel and then click the profile page and then enter the valid name, valid lecturer, enter valid phone number, address, and click set button. The expected result is the website should open and then the space can be entered and then the notification show update successful after save button. So the actual result is expected. However, the step 6, which is save button, it update without notification message. So overall, the test case is passed. Next is view issue book test the source book function. So the user will navigate to the web page and then enter the valid book, and then the system will display the book enter. The expected result is the website should open and show the notification message for the book. The actual result is as expected. So the test case is passed. Next is check availability book display the available book. First of all, the user will navigate to the web page and enter the book name, and then the system will display the quantity of the book. So the expected result is the website should open and then show the notification message. The actual result is as expected, and then the test case is passed. Next is test request for book with the name, username, book name. So first of all, the user will navigate to the web page, enter the valid username, enter the valid password, enter the valid book name, choose user type, enter the valid email, enter the valid book URL, and click the send request button. And then the expected result is the website should open, and then it will show the notification message after send the request. So the actual result is as expected, and the test case is passed. Next, for the test case is about manage book. First of all, the user will navigate to the web page and then enter the valid teacher, valid password, and click login button. Click manage book, click add book, then edit, enter valid book name, insert the book image, insert the book file, enter valid author name, enter valid publication name, enter valid purchase date, enter valid price, enter valid quantity, enter valid availability, and click add book button. The expected result is the website should open and show the notification which is successful login, and then go to the library management home and show the list of the book detail. And after click the add book, it will show the add book interface. And then the system will request you to enter the info, and all the info can be entered. And then after click the add book button, it will show successful add book. So the actual result is as expected. Only the successful add book message does not show up, which is updated without notification message. So overall, the test case is passed. Next and the last is issue book to user. So the user will navigate to the web page and click the student issue, and then find the issue book in text, click the select button, enter the start date, enter the end date, and click the issue book. The expected result is the website to open and show the index number to select and show the information, and then can be enter the start date, end date, and show the successful issue book message after click the issue book. So the actual result is as expected, and the test case is passed. Next is for the testing report and recommendation for improvement. So result from the Selenium testing. The first one is admin login. It show it run well and completed successfully. Next is admin manage profile. Manage book, add book. Manage book, add book. Issue book to user. And then teacher login. teacher register, profile teacher, view issue book, source book, request book. So next, for the summary and recommendation for improvement. The Ceremon test went well for the library management system LMS, which means we have made 32 test cases for the system, and every test case show the success result, which means all the elements of the system is run well. However, they still have some notification that the system should display, but it didn't display, such as add book success without notification. Next, for the improvement, we recommend that the system should display the notification for add book success. Besides that, a welcome user message is necessary for the system when user log in their account successfully. Overall, the system have a good design and runs smoothly for the user. So, pro and con for manual testing. For the pro, manual testing is cost efficient for tests run only a few times. Manual testing of UIS is most effectively done by human. Exploratory testing is best done manually. So for the cons, reactive to amount of average manually tests are inefficient. Manual testing is prone to human error, so may lead to inconsistent or misleading results. The simulation of large number of users on configuration is nearly impossible to accomplish manually. Next, scenario tests can simulate thousands of users and configurations easily. Scenario relieve human testers from high repetitive and low-value test work. And for the cons, it is not appropriate of exploratory testing used to improve the software design. Automation cannot replace human uh, cognitive skill required for evaluating software UI or UX. That's all for the presentation. Thanks.